This is a dish that our community have suggested we try for a while.
I can't let you beat me at geography again. Oh, this is incredible.
What? Is that? Getting quite full. Amazing.
It's not to my taste. I wouldn't go out of my way to make it. I hate this game so much.
Best game ever.
Okay, boys, are you ready for round one?
Oh, yes.
Simple game. You guys have been pretty close at this so far. Today we want a winner. Remove your blindfolds on the first dish in 3, 2, 1. What do we got?
Oh, we've got Barry's chicken pie.
We've got a beautiful pie. Now, interesting. What are your bets inside?
Blackbirds.
Christmassy?
Christmas blackbirds. Mince.
Mincy.
Mince.
We've given it to you just on its own today, but typically it might be served with roasted vegetables, perhaps some pickled vegetables, a dollop of cranberry sauce, a bit of tartness, or sometimes even ketchup.
It's actually quite very delicately spiced.
It is. It's earthy.
For something so meaty, it's quite fragrant as well.
What meat are we talking?
Beef.
And
Yeah, I'm going to say beef and pork. It's like bolognese.
with a mirepoix base. And you're right, you're picking out some of those Christmas spices. It's got nutmeg, clove, a little bit of cinnamon, and some potato in it to kind of help bind it.
It's flipping fantastic.
Oh yeah, that bit. It feels really obvious as a pie. I'm amazed, I've never had it before.
Different regions in this particular country will have slightly different versions. It might not be made with pork and beef, it could have veal in it, it could have game meat in it. The pastry, in this case, is short crust around the sides and base and puff on top. This is a dish that our community have suggested we try for a while. You're obviously enjoying it, Jay. Any idea which country it's from? I need you to jot it down on your board. If you get it spot on, you get 5 points. If you both get it wrong, then whoever is closest takes a point. 1, 2, 3. France and Ireland.
Ooh,
Interesting,
Ireland.
yeah.
Really?
Why did you both pick those places?
It feels very close to home. You know what I mean? They're ingredients that we, again, the root vegetables and so on, said to me, you're not going to go too far away from our own shores.
I put France because of things like mirepoix, things like it could be veal. That led me down the more European route than being UK based.
This dish is from Canada. It is French Canadian.
Oh!
Quebec. The clues were there.
I'm closer.
So whilst Jamie, you were on the right tracks, unfortunately, Barry is 680 miles closer.
I hate this game so much.
Best game ever.
Therefore takes 1 point. What you have in front of you is tourtière. So it is sometimes made with veal or game.
Bloody sounds French.
That game
French.
could even be mousse. I didn't want to give you that
Yes,
clue.
Of course, yeah.
French Canadian, think Quebec originally, but now all over different regions of Canada, right down to the border of the USA. And if you think about the climate in the country, it's the hearty, wholesome, really rich, calorific dishes like poutine, or in this case, tourtière. Very similar in their comfort blanket style, especially at Christmas. Typically, it might be served after midnight mass. So where Christians go to the church and welcome in Christmas Day in honour of Jesus, this would be kind of that hearty dish to come home to as that first taste of Christmas.
What I love about it is, like, we're used to in the UK having like a centerpiece meat-based dish that you usually have to spend a lot of money on. Is a bit scary to do. In this case, you're taking minced meat, which is cheaper.
I really like that. I can see ways of cheating that to make it easier to do with less technique in making the pastry. But I would love to, grow the nads, the moose nads, to be able to make it from scratch and do it properly.
Maybe this year's your year. Baz, you take 1 point for your closest guess. Let's move on to round 2. Round number 2, remove the blindfolds.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas. It's wrapped like a present.
It is.
What's the gift inside?
Twill. Banana leaf.
Yeah. It looks like it's been charred on the outside as well. It's like it's been cooked
In the banana leaf.
Yeah, the wrapping paper.
Perfect for Christmas, right? And the country in mind, this would just be one thing as part of a Christmas meal, along with lots of other ingredients like chicken stews, pastries, and the like.
This reminds me of like tamales in terms of.
Yeah.
It looks like a steamed starch.
Yeah, the starch is corn.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like you got kind of pulled porky looks.
Yes.
Let's play Guess the Meat.
I'm guessing by looking at pork.
Where in the world is your tongue going?
Oh, okay, there are the flavours. They didn't smack you in the face. I was expecting really spicy.
There's no spice.
No.
No like heat spice, but there is beautifully tender pork. It's sweet. Capers.
Yeah.
The corn on the outside is amazing.
When we discussed the cooking methods from around the world and we actually made our own tamales, it's a similar process. It's kind of got a stock through the masa flour, and then the filling inside has got all sorts in there. You've already spotted so many of those, from capers to dried fruit. It's got some olives, and it's got mixed cooked meat, pork, chicken, beef. Slow cooked, obviously quite a process to pull it together and then to wrap it in the corn dough, and then to wrap that in the banana leaf as you spotted, and then to tie that and then to heat them. So in this instance, in this country, part of a feast at Christmas. On the count of 3, turn your boards round. 1, 2, 3. You've both gone.
No! Yes!
For Venezuela. Why?
My head straight went towards Brazil because of, weirdly, the banana leaf, the pulled pork. It feels like I've had dishes from Brazil with those ingredients. But then we've done Brazil recently. And I kind of thought that you go next to Brazil.
Yeah.
Venezuela is something we haven't looked too much into.
I can reveal that one of you have got it as close as the other. Bang on.
We did it! No way!
Venezuela. Yeah. 5 points each. Merry Christmas.
Oh wow, look at us.
Look at us.
I mean, it's meaningless now.
Yeah.
This is hajacas. It originated when the enslaved people during the colonial times would have made an amazing Christmas meal for the landowners, and all the offcuts of meat they would then mix with dried fruit, capers, olives, all of those wonderful flavours and spices, bound it up, and that was what they enjoyed as a Christmas meal. And still to this day, it's a part of that celebration, and every family does it slightly differently, but it's part of a feast along with other pastries and chicken stew and other bits and pieces.
Personally, I'd have no idea how to make that myself at home. It looks quite daunting to me.
Yeah. What I find really interesting, I know we've explored this recently as well, is food that has come out of necessity. Using the offcuts of meat that were being served to the landowners, for instance, and turning it into something that's incredible in its own right. That's astonishing.
And interestingly, now to flip it, to go and create that now, you need to go and buy pork and beef and chicken. It's actually now quite an involved and like high-end dish, because you need all of those different proteins to pull together to make a dish, whereas you're absolutely right, it kind of came out of necessity. But Christmas, regardless of your situation, it's still possible to come around great food and celebrate. And that's what that dish originally did and still does today. So, Jay, congratulations, you got 5 points. Unfortunately, Barry is still just ahead with 6. The halfway mark. Let's move on to round 3.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video, subscribe if you aren't, click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
Okie dokie, number 3. Remove the blindfolds.
I'm getting quite full. Oh no!
Don't be fooled yet.
Merry
Wait a
Christmas.
minute, you've got, that looks like gammon and a mystery pie.
So you've got some kale and a nice glazed ham, but the real dish we're concentrating on here is in the blue dish.
Oh, what is that?
That's not what I was expecting in there.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting some sort of like gooey meat.
Cottage pie.
I can smell root vegetables like sweet potato or swede.
Oh, breadcrumbs are not stuck on well.
It's got a crispy breadcrumby top. The filling is enriched with egg and cream, some spices.
Nutmeg.
A bit of nutmeg, some ginger in there.
It looks sweeter than it is.
It has got a little bit of sweetness through it. I think a little bit of treacle goes into this particular dish. Again, every version is slightly different, but
Treacle.
do you like it?
I do like it as a side. Like, yeah, it's a side.
To your ham and kale, but it is this dish that crops up at Christmas quite a lot in this particular country.
I'm unsure of it in terms of flavour, and I think it's because one of the main ingredients in there is something I'm not a fan of. Is it turnip?
No, it's not turnip, although sometimes it goes by the name wax turnip.
Swede.
Rutabaga,
What is that?
otherwise known as Swede.
Oh, okay.
But where do you think this is from? Flip your boards in 3, 2, 1. We have the Netherlands and South Africa.
For the same reason.
The Dutch.
I thought there was a big Dutch influence on this. I
Yeah.
thought there was a big, like, European influence. Therefore, I said South Africa.
But I went cold because of the root veg and the warmliness of it.
Yeah, no, true.
You've gone for a very logical reason, you're both wrong. But let me explain the logic. This particular country also has really harsh winters, and therefore things like root vegetables, along with oats and barley, last a long time. So rutabaga, or the wax turnip, or Swede, in this casserole is really common at Christmas. This dish is from Finland.
I think you might be closer.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
Which, Jay, puts you a little bit closer, 5,352 miles closer.
Do you know what? Finland crossed my mind because of the temperature. It was the temperature thing that I was going for. Yeah. Finland crossed my mind, but it wasn't fermented. And I just thought, there's nothing fermented there. So there's no shark or anything like that. So it can't be Finland.
Yep, that's from Finland. Do you want to know what it's called?
Can you pronounce what it's called?
Oh, wow.
Lantulatiikko. Lantulatiikko. No, we'll put it on screen.
That's not gone to the top of my Christmas list.
Not even as one of the sides on the table?
No,
as an elevated version of your smashed Swede?
I'd have a bit of it. I would have a bit of it because it was there. I personally, it's not to my taste. I wouldn't go out of my way to make it.
I think that's fair. I think it's quite a homely, comforting dish. What I actually think is that would be a great meal for the days between Christmas and New Year, because it is that still comforting thing, but loads of kale, a little bit of baked ham, and that Swede casserole with those spices hit the spot.
Interesting. We're back to even Stevens.
It puts you level pegging at 6 points each as we go into the final round.
You couldn't write this stuff.
I know.
Let's see if we can find ourselves a Christmas winner. Round 4, you got your lucky Christmas hats on. Reveal in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! Gosh! What have you done?
Merry Christmas.
Whatever country this is, they're the luckiest people in the world. Because this is insane.
Is a cacophony of food.
Start digging in. Like, what have we got there?
Tuna tartare.
Yep. Classic, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper.
Sea bass and celeriac.
You've got bream there, yeah, and it's on top of some fennel and bits and pieces. Yeah. You've got chili garlic mussels, giant extra large mussels.
You've got a pasta dish.
Yeah, tomato and chili with all sorts of seafood and shellfish. We've got a seafood soup with some wonderful crostinis. It's got pine nuts in it as well. Octopus, squid, mussels, prawns, and basil leaves as like a frito misto.
That's the most ridiculous calamari I've ever had. Oh, this is incredible.
Obviously an absolute feast there. And the dishes themselves will again change from Christmas to Christmas and family to family. But there is obviously a common theme. Where in the world do you think we are? Turn around your boards. In 3, 2, 1, go! Italy and Spain, specifically San Sebastian.
I purely went San Sebastian because I was like, I've never been. But in my head, it's like tapasy, fishy, wonders from around.
I went Italy because, okay, sure, linguine dish, but basil leaves, pine nuts. But what and you know, like the anchovy. What it led me to was a more specific region. Obviously, I was thinking more like Sardinia and that kind of, you know, like
because of the sardines.
Yeah, because of the sardines. Yeah, but it just
But what annoys me is that I go to Italy a lot. I've never ever heard of this, so that's why I was like, it can't be.
Have you been there at Christmas?
No, I haven't.
Well, there we go.
I kind of like your thinking, Jay, because it was level pegging. And we thought that if you both guessed the same country, we'd ask you for a city within the country. Jay, you are incredibly correct with South Italy. It is a Southern Italy tradition.
Well done.
Actually, commonly now eaten by a lot of Italian Americans in America, but traditionally it originated in Italy. It is the Feast of Seven Fishes, and it is enjoyed on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, that is such
Wow.
a feast.
7 different dishes. Yes, the dishes change, but they are a celebration of feast, special times, and it is that magic number 7, which has so many kind of traditions in a lot of religion, and in this case, the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Amazing.
That is a sensational platter. Ebbers, what does that do to the final scores, just out of interest?
Well,
What's he doing?
just to remind you, you were level pegging before that final round, and then you took 5 points, Jamie. So you win with 11 to 6.
Congratulations, Jamie. You know what? When the food tastes this good, I don't care who
We're all
wins.
winning.
That is astonishing.
But you do care a little.
No, I don't care.
But you do care a little
No, I
bit.
don't.
You know how at Christmas families argue over games? Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, Jamie. You take this year's Christmas dishes from around the world win, and thank you to you guys for sharing all of your ideas. That's what Christmas is about.